say something funny like "woohoo," like
Welcome to The Ride with Chevy and Nasty. Host Randy Chevrier and Sheldon Napastka guide you through great stories that spark great conversations. Two really big guys talking a big game. The boys are locked in and ready to go. Welcome to The Ride.
Playoff performance. And they're going to clinch it appropriately with a total team effort and a shutout. The Carolina Hurricanes have won the Stanley Cup for the second time. Years of Rod Brind'Amour and the Carolina Hurricanes building to this moment. I don't know that there's a coach in the league that more embodies the way their team plays.
But what that also tells you that no matter how good you are as a team, this iconic trophy, the Stanley Cup, is the most difficult in all sports to win. Jordan Stahl, come on back up.
trade and unmute us. I'm unmuted. Are you unmuted now? You're still muted, Sheldon.
Oh, there we go. I was just saying, that's the captain, buddy.
Yeah,
Right there. That was what was it? 4 straight games with a goal, 5 games with a goal.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about leading a team, and I consider them the underdog. Like I totally was convinced Vegas was winning the Stanley Cup this year.
I wasn't convinced. I wanted Vegas to win because I like Vegas, but just like I like Montreal, I knew that this Carolina, like I watched Carolina pummel the Ottawa Senators. Like the only chance the Senators had was to hang on and punch back, and they didn't win too many games. In fact, they won none. And then the Flyers got dismantled by these guys. Montreal Canadiens, I thought they were going to put up a fight. It went pretty quick, pretty fast after that first game. And I told you early on, I saw what this team was built like. And they were built to go the distance and beat anyone off. And as much as I like the Golden Knights, I have that soft spot. I knew that this team was built right from their coach, Rod Brind'Amour. He captained the Carolina Hurricanes to a Stanley Cup in 2006. 20 years later, coaches them to a cup. And Sheldon, I had seen, and this is where I knew, I had seen this video, and I've talked about this. Trey sent it out to our group, our little chat. I had seen this video about their strength and conditioning with this cinder block that they have to lift every day. And this cinder block that weighs 35 pounds, which is the exact weight of the Stanley Cup. And their strength and conditioning, these guys train like football players. And I knew that the way they were hitting the Montreal Canadiens, that's where I really paid attention to the Hurricanes, the way they were hitting the Canadiens and guys were bouncing off them. And really, Montreal had zero answer for the physicality. I knew that these guys were going the distance. And I do believe that Vegas is a much more talented team than Montreal in terms of the vet status, the guys that have been there. You got the Mitch Marners, the Stones, the Jack Eichels. What's his name? Carter Hart was playing out of his skull. But when it came down to it, they did not have an answer for the Hurricanes. And the best team, I believe, won the Stanley Cup. And Jordan Staal, Taylor Hall, all those guys getting the cup. I mean, not the sexy team, not the New York Rangers that, every American across the board can watch and get behind, but sure as heck, a fun team to watch and built for that moment.
Can I give my unpopular opinion? Because you guys always disagree with me and say it's not the goalie. And every year I say it is the team that wins has to have the hot goalie. You talked about Carter Hart's performance in the Stanley Cup. He was dynamite throughout the playoffs. But he struggled. It wasn't all on him. Like, obviously, the Canes are a lot for any team to handle, and Vegas, they had their troubles too. But for me, it was watching the guy you'd never would have picked to be the hero at the start of this, Brendan Bussey. I remember watching Montreal saying if Montreal could get more than 9 or 11 shots, this guy's beatable. He's giving up bad rebounds. He was struggling. Good goalie, right? But he wasn't great. Brandon Bussey, dude, that was like an inspired performance. I mean, he's suddenly a household name. I don't know. Maybe you guys heard of him before this season. I didn't follow Carolina. I don't know who the guy was.
He comes in for Freddie Anderson, who gets hurt. I think he was concussed. Freddie Anderson, who played the whole series, played all against Montreal. Didn't really have to do much. I mean, he did a good job. But Bussey comes in.
Did you guys see that Anderson was injured for games 4, 5, and 6?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I wasn't sure. What was it? Like what was
it? Was a knee injury.
I thought he got a knee to the head. Was it a knee injury? Okay.
I think it was a knee injury. But they picked up Bussey off the waivers this year, is where he came from in October, which is nuts. Yeah, from Florida.
So Trey, I don't want to take anything away from the Canes or the Knights, but honestly, I didn't have a horse in that race other than these guys kept me fascinated because I watched it the whole year because of the Oilers and because of the Habs. But could you imagine? You guys are you guys that don't love the Oilers or actually hate the Oilers are going to hate this take. But could you imagine if the Oilers had that hero in each of the last 2 seasons, especially 2 years ago? That one guy that comes on hot and just stands on his head.
But
I swear to God, that's what I think. If you look at every team that wins, Bobrovsky or what's Florida's goalie's name again? Not
Bobrovsky.
That is Bobrovsky. Yeah,
Bobrovsky. Yeah.
Dude, I mean, the guy stole the show. The guy's
but you know what? But again, to be fair, and again, I'm not like, listen, the Hurricanes. Anderson gets hurt. Bussey comes in, does the job. To counter your point, Sheldon, I know you say, oh yeah, if they had this guy, but they did. They had Calvin Pickard came in and stole a couple of games until Skinner came back. Both years was the same thing. They had a guy that came in hot. It wasn't like when Pickard came in, they fell off the deep end. They just couldn't get it done. And I don't want to go back in time, and you brought it up, but I just want to say they had an opportunity with a backup goalie.
100% they did. And back to it, it takes the kind of captain and leadership team from this group, the resilience.
Look, Trey's going to put it on. I knew you were going to do that. I read the comment, and I see Trey laugh, and then he goes, a little bit. Hey, Trey, how come you're so quick to put Cozy's comments, but not to unmute our mics at the beginning of the show?
You guys muted yourselves. I couldn't unmute you guys.
No, I didn't.
I didn't mute myself.
Yeah, you both did.
Cozy, that's an insightful comment. I agree with Cozy 100%.
Well, listen. I will say one thing. I said it tonight. We'll talk about tonight in a second. But, last year, I was so engaged with the Oilers. I mean, that's the only thing I was watching the playoffs. I wasn't watching anything else. This year, I really got engaged in NHL hockey. Obviously, my heart was with the Montreal Canadiens and the storyline there. But, the Golden Knights, the Avalanche, the Minnesota Dallas series, like the playoff hockey this year was some of the most captivating that I had seen. And, I wish I went to more NHL games, but unfortunately the local team doesn't give me anything to really be inspired by. And the only game I think I went to this year was to watch a Montreal Canadiens game, which was awesome, by the way. But yeah, I think there's something very, I don't know if every commissioner of every league says that their trophy is the hardest to win. The Grey Cup's the hardest trophy to win. I mean, if not, why do the Riders only have 5? Is it 5? I think they have 5.
Maybe 4.
The Super Bowl is the hardest trophy to win because, it's a 1-game elimination and only 10 teams make it, or 16, whatever it is. Like, everyone says that. But is the Stanley Cup truly the hardest trophy to win from your opinions, guys?
Yeah, hands down. Just the physicality of the game. Yeah. I mean, there's no other game that changes as much from the end of the regular season, which is heated up and the guys are going. But there's no other game that changes that much in the playoffs. Sure, the NBA starts playing more defense, and the NBA is a great playoff game too. Like, I love it, right? But NHL is such a brutal. It's not a contact sport. It's a collision sport. It's brutal. Mm-hmm. You are wearing down your opponents on every shift. Yeah. Not to win that game, but to make sure that come game 4, game 5, game 6, that you own them. And it's a brutal game, and it's watching gladiators on skates.
But again, back to my point about the Carolina Hurricanes. They were built for this. Have you seen, Trey, do you have the video? I know you have it. Pull up the video of Rod Brindamore. It starts with the coach. Like, before we get to Brindamore, before you pull it up, you think about coaches that played the game or coaches that you had, and they're getting you to, they're asking you to work. They're asking you to run gassers. They're asking you to run in the heat. They're trying to motivate you, and you look at the fat slob and you say, did this guy ever run a gas or do a push-up in his life? You've had coaches like that. I've had it. You have it at the community level.
I'll show you guys.
Yeah, let's take a look at it.
Hold on. Zero.
We'll show you this one first. Yeah.
But then you have a coach. First of all, this is the strength and conditioning video I was talking about. But then, let's watch this and then we'll talk about the coach.
Yeah.
Teacher coach with sarcasm. I've made a career.
That guy can still strap it on, guys. That guy can go out there and compete tomorrow. You got that guy. There's not one of those guys in the room that has an excuse not to hit the weight room. You know what I mean? There's no one that could say, yeah, look at his fat ass always telling us to run gassers. He probably hasn't even, the last time he ran was for a buffet. You know what I mean? You don't have comments like that. And when you have that at the top, it's contagious, man. Yeah, it's contagious.
And I love that cinder block. Yeah. Like, you can get a lot out of benches and squats and cleans, but I'll tell you, the strongest I ever was upper body was the year off when I was working on the rigs, working with like 36-inch wrenches that weigh 20 pounds and leverages against you. You've never had the grip strength of trying to just pick up something that wasn't designed to be picked up and work with it. That's awesome. I love that cinder block stuff. But that's also, like when we start flipping tires and stuff.
Yeah, but Sheldon, you're a farm boy. You come with that strength wherever you go. But you got these NHL guys, and we talked about this at dinner tonight too. It's like a lot of kids that are playing hockey these days come from very privileged backgrounds. To make it to the NHL, you're not coming typically from an underprivileged background. Yeah. You're really good at skating. You're really good at shooting. You're really good at all those things. But to differentiate yourself, you got to put in work that a lot of people aren't prepared to do. Pick up a cinder block and lift heavy weights and the calluses and the pain. And that's what that coach is saying. He's like, you're going to lift in your suit? When are you gonna get your lift in? How many guys did you have to pull in off the weight room when they were young rookies because they wanted to go home and play video games? That's the difference. And the crazy thing is, I saw this before the playoffs. One of my good friends, he's a good. I think I sent something out about Lauren Goldberg. He's the strength and conditioning coach now for the Philadelphia Flyers. He was with the Steelers. He's a big CFL fan. Anyways, he put something out before the series. Vegas, 5 strength and conditioning specialists and staff. You know how many Carolina have? 1.
Yeah.
That guy that we saw right there. And he's been there. And he's probably been there from the beginning with Rod Brindamore. And they have the same vision. And that's why they won. They're tight. They do it right. It was a workman's group. I'm happy for them because I like that kind of team.
Sean, you're getting thrown under the bus here, buddy.
Privileged farm kid collecting chicken eggs. Dude, those chickens were mean. You want to talk about toughening up your hands. You try reaching under a defensive mother chicken and see how you fare with that. Dude, I'll tell you, farm life is anything but privileged.
Anything but privileged. Listen, but you guys are privileged because every week Me and Sheldon work day and night. Like, we don't even watch sports anymore. We just work on the poem for you guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to get into 300-pound poetry, and then we'll tell you a little bit about what we did this evening. So, Trey, hit it.
And now, 300-pound poetry with Chevy and Nasty.
And in all kinds of sports, we are the 300-pound poets, and we wear XXX shorts.
The Canes won the cup. They beat the Golden Knights, and Jordan Stahl, the oldest player to ever win the Conn Smythe.
In the NBA Finals, your champs are the Knicks. After a 53-year wait, NYC parties like lunatics.
There was an all-out brawl, a phenomenal event. UFC Freedom 250 was more than just a fight in a tent.
And the World Cup fever is starting to roll across our nation. After a first-game tie, Canada needs more goal fabrication.
Lots to chomp on this new Chevy and Nasty ride. 130 episodes deep, and still waiting to hit our stride.
All right.
That was an okay one.
Yeah, that was good. And I think the audio actually held up on that. Well, hey, listen, we got Aaron Russell, Mackenzie Nagy.
Hey, welcome.
I don't know if you remember him from Regina. I think he was out of town already, but he was a big part of the Rough Riders community. He was an amateur reporter that turned into professional reporter and all kinds of. Aaron, great. Thanks for joining us on the ride tonight. Remember you, buddy. It put a smile on my face every time I think of you, in fact.
Thanks for joining the ride. And guys, you can catch us every week on the at Chevy and Nasty is our social media handle. We're on YouTube, which is where a lot of you are watching now. Facebook Live, which is where some of you are watching now as well. And then you can catch us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music and all that. And of course, all the socials. Last night, speaking of Regina reporters, I had an opportunity to go on the Ballsy Uncut show. So our good friend Michael Ball, who appeared on the show last night, we talked some CFL. So if you get a chance, go check that out as well. We talked a little CFL. We solved all the problems. Everything that's wrong with the CFL, we chopped it up. And so you can catch that too. Michael Ball, I want to give him a little props because he got me on the show. But, when you speak of getting together, we do this show remotely every week, and very rarely do we get a chance to get together. And once in a while we do. We come together a few weeks ago, went to Harvey's with Trey, introduced them to that. Tonight, I'm not taking credit for this. We're gonna put all the credit to our good friend Bruno Lindia. We've talked about our good buddy Rob Evans, fire chief in Redwood Meadows. We've talked about him recently. He's been going through some treatments, some chemotherapy treatments for cancer. And Bruno, he called me last week. He's like, I've never really met Rob, and I don't know this guy except from the show. We always chat on the show. We should get together and take him out for a drink or something. So, again, Sheldon, you say it every week, and I don't know if you said it tonight, but we did a bro check. And instead of the virtual bro check, we went to Boston Pizza up in Creekside, just a stone's throw from your house, literally. And Rob Evans drove up from Redwood Meadows, and there's Jamin, there's Bruno, myself. We shared a pizza. We shared some salad, some drinks. But more importantly, we shared some laughs and stories. And you talk about our show being great stories, starting great conversations. I thought we were going to be there for about an hour and a half. That was a 3-hour dinner. Like, I literally almost got late for the show tonight because I was still driving home, and it was fun. And Bruno, great idea. But everyone that was able to show up, it's great that we showed up for one of our brothers. And so I sure enjoy it. I know Rob appreciated it. And where's Trey? Put that one up there. He didn't show up. He was working. But yeah, Sheldon, I'm glad you made it because I know you were kind of rushing in. You were all over town, but you popped in and had a slice of the which pizza did you like more?
Dude. Okay. Are we actually instantly jump into food?
Well, let's start with food.
They're both good. You got the Philly cheesesteak, I think it was.
Yeah.
Which usually, I wouldn't do that on a pizza, but it was phenomenal.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. But the real winner was that the hot pepperoni with the honey brushed crust.
Yeah.
Dude, that takes me back. I was trying to remember in Ames, Iowa, there's this amazing little pizza joint that served, the crust was airy and bubbly and almost like a bit of a sourdough taste to it.
Yeah.
And it was always served with honey. Like you got a bottle of honey, squeeze bottle, and you just finish the crust with that, dude. It's that took me back. I think I've got a newfound love for honey on pizza crust for sure.
Yeah, no, look, my son Luke, who works at the Creekside Boston Pizza, and guys, if any of you guys were there tonight, please give Luke a 5-star review, or please give them a 5-star review, because you know what, they treated us well. Mara, great server. Luke came up and joined us, helped us out a little bit, and you know, the food was great. It's always great to break bread with your brothers, but it was the conversation. Like, you know, we were talking about. We were talking about.
It was an episode of The Ride. We were just sitting around talking. Instead of you guys chatting online, we're all like face to face, dude. It was. I think we even brought it up, dude. We got it like set up like a live venue for this thing where we do get together for those of you that can make it. And
well, we talked CFL. You know what? Like, so you had left, Sheldon. You had left to come prepare for the show, but Jamin, Bruno, and Rob and myself, we were sitting there, and Bruno was just talking about CFL in the 70s, literally comparing the attendance numbers to what it was in the NFL, and was just like, man, you know when you know someone is super passionate about something and you just let them rip like that. I was just smiling because I was learning so much about, you know, the CFL migration of the quarterbacks that had gone picked south, starting with Warren Moon and Dieter Brock, and it was like Bruno was like the 6 degrees of separation, but it was just like CFL stories. It was unbelievable. And obviously his passion was in the 70s, the heyday of the CFL, as far as probably most people are concerned, when they were filling stadiums with 70, 80,000 people back in the day, which, you know, Bruno's done a whole research thing on this, and those were the numbers. The numbers are in the numbers. But we talked about life. We talked about everything. And man, I tell you, like, Rob said it best. He said, and Rob can attest to this, but he said it to the guys. He said, first of all, he thanked us. He thanked Bruno, but he said, you don't know how much you need that until you do it.
Until you need it. You don't know how much you need your friends until you need them.
Yeah. And it was great. It was, I don't know, like it wasn't how I planned to spend my Monday last week. Normally it's like, I finish work, I go to the gym, I'll do whatever, prepare for the show. But man, I feel so fulfilled. And it was just hanging out with guys that I don't like. I've never really hung out with Jamin outside of our live events. I've never really hung out with Rob except for 1 or 2 times, more work related in our live events. And Bruno, and you're my buddies I hang out with. But it was nice. It was just a 3-hour episode of The Ride, and here we are again talking about. So one, that's the thing about our community. We're there for each other. Rob, we're glad we were able to be there for you tonight. And you know, one of the things we talked about, which is going on, and we should go before we go to break, is World Cup. Sheldon, are you following the World Cup first of all? Has the fever hit you yet?
Yeah, yes and no. Like, I think it's exciting. You know, I don't know if you want to cover it in this segment or the next one.
Yeah, let's go to a break.
Yeah, okay, we'll go I'd be interested your thoughts too, guys out there. Is it catching you like the World Cup of hockey, like Olympic hockey? Are you guys feeling the fever? I'm feeling a little bit. I don't love ties, but we'll talk about this when we get back. With that, we will give some love to our sponsors right now, guys, but it's your time to grab a drink, maybe hit the bathroom after all that pizza for those of you that joined us at Boston Pizza tonight. But we'll see you guys here just on the other side of these paid promotions.
Shipping is only one part of the logistics process. Where and how your inventory is stored plays a major role in how efficiently your business operates. At PFM Freight, we provide secure, fully managed warehousing solutions that connect directly with our transportation network, allowing your goods to move smoothly from storage to delivery without delays. Our facilities are operated with the same precision and oversight we apply to every shipment, giving you confidence that your inventory is organized, protected, and ready when it's needed. By keeping your warehousing and distribution under one provider, you eliminate communication gaps and create a more streamlined, reliable supply chain. Visit pfmfreight.com to learn how our warehousing solutions can support your business.
Do you want your business to be known? YYCCalgaryBusiness.ca is Calgary's only online media platform that gets you noticed. Short-form video content is rapidly taking over as the most effective way to engage your audience. Whether you're being interviewed on a vodcast, sharing a sizzle reel, or even hosting your own show, there is one place you can publicize your business. We want to tell your story and introduce you to our network of empowered business owners and leaders right here in Calgary. Isn't it time you took your digital game to 11? Call us or email us now.
We're back on the ride every Monday night, 10 p.m. Are we still Mountain Standard Time? I was trying to figure that out.
Mountain Daylight Time.
Whatever, we're Daylight Time. And
but not for long.
Each week, like we said, by Performance Freight Management, We Drone Real Estate Media, and YYC Business. Trey is rocking the Team Canada World Cup. You know what? I picked the right jersey for each of us for our little thumbnail for the show. Sheldon's wearing the Ukraine yellow. I'm wearing the Italia blue. I'm not even in the World Cup. And Trey's rocking the Canada. So welcome. Our buddy Rubio's joining us now. But yeah, we talked a little bit about the World Cup. It was a big weekend for sports. First of all, you talk about the Stanley Cup.
The game was Thursday though.
I know, but I'm just
Friday.
Friday. I'm talking about this weekend. There was a lot of big event sports. World Cup was kicking off. Like everybody was tuned into that. We had the Stanley Cup was poised to finish, and the way the Carolina Hurricanes were doing it, it looked like they were going to wrap it up this weekend. Then you had the NBA Finals. I'm not a basketball fan, but I know that big things were happening there, the big comeback game. And then the UFC fight on the White House lawn. So lots to compete for your attention, 3 hours of your time, especially if you're a busy parent and you got lots to do, whether it's yard work or clean the house or take care of the kids. You can't just sit like Trey all day and watch sports and chat with the sideline sports guys. Hold on. I got to pause. I go to Red Deer. Sheldon, I go to Red Deer. I think I spoke to you on my way up to Red Deer.
Yeah, we talked twice on your way up there on Friday.
We talked twice. I get to Red Deer. By the next day, I think, I might have been 2 a.m. I think I had, it was probably 187 unread messages from one thread.
Yeah,
the sideline sports thread. Like Trey has found his people. Like if you thought Trey was like really like in his element here on the ride, just join him on the sideline sports chat. Like this is a bunch of sports nuts just loving on sports. Like I love sports, Sheldon loves sports, but we're not the stats guys. We're not going to watch everything. But Trey found his people. Trey, do you feel like you found your people? Like I've never seen you more engaged my entire life.
I think my favorite part too is I don't have anybody's contacts name, so I've just texted with a bunch of random numbers. I'm like,
tell them you're going to ask them, but people will tell you, dude.
I know, but I just haven't yet. And so I'll just be texting. I'm like, I don't even know who I'm texting with right now. Sometimes
Trey always finds, he knows who Rubio is, and he always finds a way. He always finds a way to throw in the Seahawks. Somehow it's like, oh, the NBA champions, New York Knicks.
Because he'll say,
go Seahawks.
Hawks. Yeah, go Hawks, baby.
Who's our boy that used to play with the Hawks? We got to get him in the group.
Dave DeRoche. Dave DeRoche. Yeah. No, definitely. Trey's a sports nerd. Okay, so back to the World Cup. Do we have fatigue after the Olympics and all that stuff, or are we slowly getting all in?
I was so fired up for the game on Friday. I was watching like the TSN preview for an hour and a half before. I was wondering who we were going to start. Like Alphonso Davies, our best player. He's kind of in and out of the lineup with injuries and stuff. And I had friends sending me videos and texts of them in bars in Calgary and whatnot. And they were right full.
Oh yeah, no, so my son was engaged all day. Like he was like,
yeah, I think like it is not fatigue at all. Like anytime Canada plays sports. But anything, I mean, really, the World Cup for them. It's so easy.
Yeah, for sure for Canada. And they ended on a 1-1 draw with Bosnia-Herzegovina. But I mean, for the rest of the World Cup, as big a deal as it is being the co-host for the World Cup, it's like I was looking at the schedule. We're going for 3 weeks here. Like it's 3 weeks of, I mean, you know, and I hate to be sarcastic, but you know, Jamin said it. We had 4 ties today. Canada tied. Costa Verde tied Spain. Like, what is going on? Like, it's not heated up yet. It's not heated up.
That said,
No.
it's still round one of the tournament.
Yeah,
Like, everybody's just kind of getting
It's
settled
a big
in.
deal for those countries too. Like the Cape
That's what makes
Verde.
the story so great. Like you said, how are you feeling? Okay, I'm feeling more than I've ever felt soccer before, for sure.
Yeah.
But
Not me,
here's
I guess.
what we've got to remember right now. North America is on display in front of the real soccer countries, the real footy countries. I mean, this is like hosting the World Cup of hockey in hockey in Poland.
Right.
A
Yeah,
country
fair
that,
enough.
yeah, they play the game, but is it a hockey country? We're showcasing ourselves soccer world right now to show that we're treating it with respect and that we are actually coming along, that this little North American experiment can actually play the game. And really, I heard it best. I can't remember who it was. I think it was on the Fan 960 today while I was driving around. I heard it said, you know what the job is for us right now is for Canada to finish ahead of the Americans or to finish ahead of Mexico. We're not ready to compete with the world, right? That said, we can start making a name for ourselves on this continent, on this hemisphere. That said, I think we missed a couple of really good opportunities.
Oh man, they should have won that game for sure.
For sure, but
so sad
that we didn't.
And now it's a bit of an uphill
I
battle.
want to see what Canada soccer is really about. Like, I'm a fan. Yeah, it's exciting. They did a great job. Yes, we're spending billions of dollars to host this thing. I'd like to see some of our guys become heroes in this tournament, like our women have done in the past. I would love to see the men's team not just celebrate. I don't want to celebrate a draw. I know it's a big thing in soccer, but we should have won that match. And I hope we find a way to win at least one match. If we win one match in this tournament, I'll consider it a success.
So Trey, let me ask you this. Let me ask you
Okay.
this. What's the world saying about the World Cup experience? Because obviously shared between the U.S. and Canada. We've already had some political issues where, referee was banned from the States, but he can ref in Canada, and some players that are not eligible. So how is that shaping up on the world stage? Are we, and I say we, it's unfair because we're half of the equation. The U.S. is part of this too. How is North America showing up for World Cup soccer?
So I don't know if you guys saw the video, but it blew up online, and it was the march that the Canadian fans were doing downtown Toronto. And we're talking like thousands and thousands, like they said like 80-some thousand people.
Yeah,
were,
crazy.
Were downtown Toronto, like marching to the stadium together. And like people were like, oh, like Canada's like that about their soccer team. And like, yeah, I think we're on a very bright stage. It's going to be interesting now that they swap back to Vancouver for Canada's home games, if it's going to be as a rowdy crowd, I guess.
Well, and
that's going to be a massive venue too, will it not? Like,
yeah, I think BC Place is bigger than the Argos Field by quite a few thousand. But I think like in just in general too, like America, like everybody's playing in these massive NFL stadiums too, so they're having a good time. Like SoFi Stadium in LA and Atlanta, like all these places are having a great time. And then Mexico, like that's the home of soccer basically. Like you don't even have, you could get two terrible teams there and they'll show up for 100,000 seat stadium there easily. So
Trey, you made a good point. We joke about, it being Father's Day and me and Sheldon being your second and third father, however you want to say that. But you made a good point that the streets are full with kids watching soccer all day. I look at my son, Luke, 19 years old. Dad, I'm going to the bar, watch soccer. I want to watch Canada, right? Like my experience growing up was different. I grew up Italian immigrant family in an Italian town, however many thousands of Italians where I grew up. Our team was Italy. Like World Cup was Italy soccer. Canada wasn't even on the map. Like we never qualified. There was Canada did not exist in terms of World Cup soccer. In fact, I do got to give a shout out there. Tony DeCero, my old high school or my old midget hockey coach and junior hockey coach. Tony joining us. Tony, nice to see you. He can attest in St. Leonard, if Italy wins, I mean, the cars are out, the parades. Canada, no one talked about. But now my kid, another generation removed from my Italian roots, he's a Team Canada soccer fan. Yeah, I'm sure he has some Italy in him if they play, but he's not as disengaged because Italy's not there as I kind of am. I'm excited for Canada. I want them to
really
do well.
even now.
But it takes me a little bit to crank it up for the soccer because I never was a big soccer fan to start with. My extent of interest in soccer was Canada or World Cup comes along or the Euro. I watch Italy. They either win or they blow a penalty kick. And then, I'm like, whatever. And now they can't even qualify. I'm getting excited about Canada because now, again, not a big soccer fan. I didn't realize, man, we're 30th in the world. Tony said it. They've come a long way. 30th in the world. That's a big
we're
deal.
A respectable soccer.
That's
country
Poland in
now.
hockey.
But
We were like 80 like 2 years ago when
totally.
3 years ago for the last.
And here's what I like about it. It was intentional.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Canada said we are going to bring in some world-class coaching. We're going to bring in some players. We are going to spend some money on this program. They're probably, we're Canada. We're not spending enough. But we took those steps and it is paying off. I mean, unfortunately, that means we're going to be 70 maybe by the time we see us I don't know. I don't know if we could ever be top 10. There's a lot of countries that are really good at this game. We literally just laced up our skates for the first time about 30 years ago. Right, as a nation. And
look, Tony says that. Imagine a Canada versus Italy in Toronto.
Yeah, they blew it. They blew it to Bosnia.
Yeah,
that would have been way better.
That would have been
shame
better.
on the Italians.
Okay, so Trey, just quickly, who's our next opponent, and when are we watching this one? Because this one I'm going to try and tune into. When is this one?
So Qatar is the next.
They hosted the last World Cup, right?
They
Qatar
did.
The last
and
World Cup.
They just tied Switzerland 1-1 as well. Kind of in a surprise, I would say. They scored with like in the 94th minute or something in stoppage time. It was like the third latest goal in a World Cup. But anyways, I believe it's on at 5. I think it's at 4
on Thursday on Thursday.
On
Yeah,
Thursday.
Okay, so we'll look forward to that. A little bit of fun. Sheldon said he was driving around town listening to sports talk. I was driving around listening to dumb talk. And one of the questions that came up, and I put this poll out onto my hockey team. We're going to put it out to the ride here. Guys, listen. You're in the World Cup. They tell you, Trey, Sheldon, Jamin, you are going to kick the game-winning penalty kick to give your team the World Cup. Can you score on the biggest stage in the world? Sheldon.
Stupid question.
You got it?
No. Okay, in my dreams, I've got it. I can see it all the way through. In reality, come on, dude, that's disrespectful.
You're not doing it?
No, I'm doing it. I'm going to give you my best, but I'm going to look more like was that Davies that had the ball? He got wide open for that after that pass, and he kicked center mass into the goaltender. That's what I think in my mind is I'm going to bend it like Beckham around a couple of players, and it's going to weave. I'm going to will it with just sheer will and determination. But in reality, I'm just kicking it center mass.
Just like, my Div 4 ball hockey team, 8 guys think, of course, they would do it. Only one person thinks not a chance.
Okay, the only guy I believe is the guy. It's like your Div 8 ball hockey team. Yeah, we would have had a shot against the Canes. We would have at least taken it to 5.
I think we were Div 8 last season.
Chevy, can I play the video that I made for you now about this?
Yeah,
because we got into it pretty hard.
Hey, I'm just wait, Trey. You didn't tell me if you could make it or not.
Yeah, well, I told you were being stupid as well.
Oh, I could do that. I'm making this kick. I'm making this kick.
Dude, listen, that's the Italian. Italians can do anything until they're actually up against it. And then they lose to Bosnia in the playoffs.
There's 4 corners in the net.
Oh,
okay. I'm going to toe kick.
Goalies are 7 feet tall.
Yeah, but they're going to jump left or right. It's a guessing game, man. It's like going and betting in roulette. As I know, I'm going to put it in the net somewhere.
Well, we got
to miss.
We got to set it up.
When was the last time? Yeah. When was the last time you kicked a soccer ball?
Okay, so guess what, Trey?
Trey set it up with Calgary FC. I want to call you out on this one.
We're gonna go do it.
To see that.
I'm gonna go do it. I might blow my knee, but it's the last kick I'm making in my life. That's how.
Oh, please.
A long, lonely walk.
His reaction to the last one. The last Brazilian simply has to score himself and Brazil win the World Cup. So the pendulum has swung wildly against Italy now.
Roberto Baggio, the saviour of Italy throughout this tournament. He's missed it, and Brazil win the World Cup.
Alphonso Davies against Thibaut Courtois. The expectations of a nation.
And Randy Chevrier, a nation's hopes resting on his shoulder, misses the net. Dude, that's disrespectful. It's way harder than you're making it out to be. It's not like playing kick the ball with your kid.
You know, the Baggio kick was traumatic, Trey. That was a lot of trauma for me to
put
live
that in
as a
there just
child.
for you.
If only they would have put Chevy in, right?
If only they would.
Exactly.
Yeah, and well, Canada's got Alphonso Davies. You know, you can take me or the guy that already missed one. Like, I'm confident. I'm confident. Alphonso Davies might be going up, walking up like, oh no, not again. Not again. Like that little bit of doubt that creeps in when Alphonso Davies returns to play for Canada. Who you want? You want me, or you want him? Like I'm just saying. I think I got this.
I love the confidence, but
okay.
I'm going with Davies.
What are we doing here, Chevy?
You sound like the guy in training camp telling me what you did in college. Like, come on, man.
There's a video out there of Jesse James. You know Jesse James from the Pimp My Ride, or what is it, Choppers, or Orange County Choppers. There's a video of him talking about how when he came out of high school, he was like recruited by all the top 20, and he couldn't like name the top universities.
sure,
He was just like, I was a great linebacker, and I was okay, one more fun question. World Cup, stupid question, but fun question.
Then we got to go to break.
It's gonna trigger Sheldon. Justin Trudeau, former Prime Minister of Canada. He's getting a lot of flack online. So obviously Canada has the big game and the biggest stage of the world. You know, like they're hosting the World Cup, and he's actually been caught at SoFi Stadium watching the USA's home opener because his girlfriend Katy Perry is performing. I don't know, either before or at the halftime show. I don't know where she's performing, but she's performing. Getting a lot of flack, our former Prime Minister that everyone loves and loves to hate. Where do you sit on this? Is it a big deal? Should he have been in Canada? Do we care? Or, you know what? Good for him.
Dude, this is a guy that called Canada a post-national state that has no identity or culture. This guy never loved our country. He's all in it for him. And if he's got a hot girlfriend who's trying to grow her way back up the charts, of course he's not in the country. Do you think Carney would have been at the World Cup had he not been Prime Minister of the country?
Yeah.
Had he not been Prime Minister of Canada? I don't even know if he was there, to be honest. But no, these guys aren't in it for Canada. They're in it for
It's like what Fred Durst said, hey? He did it all for the nookie.
Did it for the nookie. And, you know, do I blame him for it? No. But am I surprised by it? No, dude. I wouldn't expect him to be here. He's be honest. He's above this. So
he's living his best life right now after he ruined our country. Eh? Good for Justin.
Living his best life.
So, guys, you know, there's so much we want to talk about, but Sheldon told me that he wants to get.
We're sticking to their times tonight.
We're sticking to our time. So
every moment we talk now, we're cutting into the last segment.
So we're gonna take a break. We're gonna remind everyone, Sideline Sports is the network we're on. At Chevy and Nasty on all the socials, including YouTube and Facebook, which is where you watch this live on Tuesday nights at 10 p.m. And then if you want to catch us because you're falling asleep, Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple Podcasts. We're brought to you each week by Performance Freight Management, We Drone Real Estate Media, and YYC Business. Guys, let's have a quick break, and then let's hit this one out of the park. We'll have some CFL talk, some studs and duds, NBA Finals, UFC 250 Freedom on the White House. There's a lot. I don't know if we're getting out, Sheldon. This last segment might be the longest. We'll see how it goes.
Shipping is only one part of the logistics process. Where and how your inventory is stored plays a major role in how efficiently your business operates. At PFM Freight, we provide secure, fully managed warehousing solutions that connect directly with our transportation network, allowing your goods to move smoothly from storage to delivery without delays. Our facilities are operated with the same precision and oversight we apply to every shipment, giving you confidence that your inventory is organized, protected, and ready when it's needed. By keeping your warehousing and distribution under one provider, you eliminate communication gaps and create a more streamlined, reliable supply chain. Visit pfmfreight.com to learn how our warehousing solutions can support your business.
want your business to be known. YYCCalgaryBusiness.ca is Calgary's only online media platform that gets you noticed. Short-form video content is rapidly taking over as the most effective way to engage your audience. Whether you're being interviewed on a vodcast, sharing a sizzle reel, or even hosting your own show, there is one place you can publicize your business. We want to tell your story and introduce you to our network of empowered business owners and leaders right here in Calgary. Isn't it time you took your digital game to 11? Call us or email us now.
I like what Jamin writes. Orlando Bloom dodged the bullet.
Oh, that's right, because he was dating Justin Trudeau before Katy Perry, right?
That's like how you and Jamin met, apparently.
Yeah, I'll tell you the story one day.
Yeah,
not on the. Actually, we'll tell it next week.
Well, guys, listen. CFL came and went this week. We'll go to that pretty quick because there's a lot bigger events. Saskatchewan Roughriders pulled off a great win against BC. That was the game of the week, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh yeah.
Both quarterbacks stepped it up, but Trevor Harris once again proving that the old man's got it. I like the old man story versus the young quarterback, but yeah, that was a really nice storyline there, and it was nice.
Well, especially as a continuation of last year's semifinals.
Yeah.
These teams battled it out to advance, and both teams were good.
Yeah.
And if we learned anything from that game, they're still good.
They're still good.
And Trevor Harris is very quick. He reminds me of old Danny McManus when Hamilton was at the peak of their success there, like late 90s when they won 2 Grey Cups in a row, I believe. Was it McManus?
No, dude, I was playing McManus in the early 2000s, and he was still good.
But that quick release, right?
But he still had it. He couldn't run. The guy couldn't run.
But that's what I'm saying. Like Trevor Harris, he's got that quick release. A lot of it is 3-step drop and gone. When the receivers aren't open, he's dumping it to his running backs. AJ Ouellette is a force. They're looking good. Their defense is looking great.
I think the best quote from Trevor Harris, they talked about it during the broadcast. He's like, "Why would I retire now?" Yeah. He's like, "I finally have the answers. I see everything. Yeah. I understand it." He's having his Tom Brady moment where I don't need all the physical tools because I understand this game at a level that I've never understood it before. His whole trick this year, I'll tell you what, with these older quarterbacks, is the same thing with Fajardo in Edmonton. If you keep these guys healthy, they're going to do some damage.
Same with Bo. Look at Bo and Hamilton.
And same as Bo. I mean, he's looking good. The only thing he can't do is win.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
We'll see. I love how we throw the shots at each other. Well, I'll tell you what, it's going to be interesting because every game of the 6 games that have been played so far in the 2 weeks of the CFL season have been decided by less than a possession, except for Winnipeg last weekend. I believe they got beat by 2 touchdowns or more than 2 possessions, but every game has been close and averaging over 60 points. That's huge. Talk about rule changes, talk about what you want to make the game more exciting. We already have it. Not going into this tonight, but let's just keep it rolling, keep the quality on the field, keep the quarterbacks healthy. That's always the thing. The team that's going to lose for sure this year is the team that's going to lose their quarterback because there's no depth there.
The depth is the issue. It's like everything's kind of leveled out and found equilibrium. Everybody's got a good quarterback. And it probably will unfortunately come down to who's got the best depth at that position because we can't seem to keep guys healthy. But in terms of my interest in the CFL, based off these first 2 weeks, you asked about my excitement for the World Cup, and it's there, but I'm waiting to be shown what makes this tournament so great. For me, watching the last 2 weeks of the CFL, dude, I feel like I'm a kid again.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this good of football since I can't remember. Like even when we played, and Chevy, I'm not talking about your 10 years after I retired.
Yeah.
The CFL was in great shape in the early 2000s, mid 2000s, but I've not seen this parity. Ottawa looks good. Hamilton looks good. Edmonton, Mark Killam.
Yep.
Dude, the guy's done an amazing job. They look like a team that belongs on that field. This is going to be an exciting year to follow the CFL.
This CFL season right now, early on, it's 2 weeks in. Nothing happens in the first 2 weeks that's reflected in November. We know that, but the parity is nice, and it's getting me as excited as I was about a month and a half ago about the NHL playoffs. I'm not just watching the teams I like. I'm watching the league and I'm liking what I see, and that's nice because I mean we were worried what the lull from hockey playoffs and the lull from NFL. I mean, there's no lull. Like CFL hit it right on the head. We're taking off. The ship's about to take off right when the NHL season's done, and it's perfect timing, right? Perfect timing for this. I'm going to try and get to the game this weekend, a big one in Calgary, Stamps versus Riders. Unfortunately, the problem that we are seeing, and again, it might be a continuous problem, but it's the stands in Calgary. It's pretty bad a few weeks ago. You know, they announced it at 17,000. It looked more like 14. I'm sure this week with the success of the Riders and how packed that stadium was in Regina this weekend, a lot of that's going to translate here. We're going to see a lot of green at McMahon this weekend, which, hey, that's not a bad thing. We'll figure that out later. But again, as far as the state of the game and the state of play and the entertainment and the quality that I can watch on my TV or watch in the stands, I don't think it's ever been better, like you said. And it was better when we played. Of course it was.
Of course. Well, better players, right? Better players. When
better
we played,
looking, too.
For sure. But I will say this, Jamin, one of our listeners, has got a connection with Bonton Meat Markets, who has a tailgate every week that the Stamps have a home game. So maybe I'll pick up a ticket, bring the boys, and I'll meet you there, Chevy. Because this is something I think right now, as good as the league is, I don't want to miss a game, and I want to feel what I used to feel when I watch it. I got a feeling we're going to get it this weekend.
Well, speaking of not wanting to miss something, I'm going to move this along. This weekend, and Trey helped me out here because I got to watch something that I didn't think I was that interested in, to tell you the truth, until I turned it on. And then I was instantly hooked. And that was the UFC 250 Freedom. I don't know who's caught that. That's in the chat here, but that was the big, huge fight card that Donald Trump and Dana White masterminded. And you know me. I'll be the first to admit that anything that Donald Trump touches, I feel a little bit icky. I'm like, whatever. I don't want to like things that he does just because he's a little bit gross and icky to me. But man, I got to tell you, I watched this and I was blown away. Like, if there was an event that took place this weekend, of all the events that we talked about, Stanley Cup final, NBA final, World Cup kicking off, your country host, I'm going to tell you guys, of all the events that I think I would have liked to be at, I think it was this. This thing was a home run, a marketing home run, a propaganda home run. You name what kind of home run it was. The fights delivered, the venue delivered. Sheldon, they had live bands playing in the fighters as they come. So every
live bands,
like live musicians.
Yeah.
Live music, and like Sheldon, the renditions of some of the songs,
like orchestral, or was it
like singers? Like I can't remember what the song was that they played in for Justin Gaethje to come in at the end. It was unbelievable. Was it the frick? I can't remember.
It's like You Can't Bury a Grave on Me or whatever.
Oh, yeah,
that's called.
It's a Johnny Cash song. It's a Johnny Cash song. And I mean, even Joe Rogan, every time they played a song, he kept commenting on it. And
Joe Rogan was critical. I've seen some clips of him being critical going into this weekend about an outdoor event, and he thought it was. I almost got the sense he thought this was disrespectful.
They were worried about the weather.
Cozy called. Yeah, I saw the news. I was watching Fox and CNN before it came on. It looked like it was going to be a disaster from what I was watching. But Cozy's calling me up saying, "Dude, you missed like the best UFC." And not only was it a great show, the fights were fantastic.
Yeah, that last fight, Justin Gaethje versus Ilya. How do you say his last name, Trey?
Topuria.
And was he like the 8-1 underdog?
So
he was the 18-0 2-time. Like he won the featherweight and the lightweight belt.
His last three fights were just like he just took down giants.
3 KOs.
And I mean, the first round, the shots that Ilya was landing, like he hurt Gaethje, and Gaethje was the underdog. You're like, I don't think there was one point where like, this might be over in the second round, and then they grappled a bit, and I think it was right in the second round, Gaethje landed an elbow to the eye, kind of cut him open, and third round, he shut both his eyes with punches. Sheldon, the guy, Gaethje turned Ilya's face into, it looked like marinara sauce.
Wow.
It was just it was one of the more classic fights that I've ever seen. Like I said, I don't tune into every UFC. I think it's like I get UFC fatigue. Like, the numbers system kind of kills me too. Maybe it's like our show, like we're at 130, but, You know, I don't like. Just look at this guy's face. It was like minced meat.
But he was still fighting. He was still fighting.
Well, I mean, so he wanted to go to the fifth or die by the sword type of game, and you don't win them all. He said it certainly went to the best fighter, and Justin Gaethje deserves everything he got. But he said, this is not over between you and I. We're going to face each other again, which I'm sure will pay both of those guys some big bucks because of how this fight went down.
It sounds to me like he dropped the ball 2 yards before he got into the end zone to celebrate. That's what it sounds like to me. I'm sure the guy's talented. I'd love to see the rematch. This kind of gets me going again too. The resurgence of the CFL. Cozy's telling me today that MMA has never been bigger. It's the fastest growing sport continuously around the world. And I think we got to get our eyes back on the sport again. Like not just these big ones, but I want to start getting to know some of these fighters. I've been out since GSP. Yeah. And that was a lot of years ago, right? Yep. So maybe they got another chance.
They got a big one coming up in July, and that's the Conor McGregor fight. And who's he fighting again?
Max Holloway.
Max Holloway. That's going to be a big one.
They've already fought too.
Yeah, so this is going to be a big rematch. Maybe this is what the CFL needs to do. Have a football game on the lawn of the Parliament. Have a Stampede game actually at
our
Stampede.
prime ministers don't even attend their own freaking country's matches, dude. It's different in the States than it is in Canada.
Yeah.
Have it on Alberta. Have Edmonton. Here's what I'd like about that though. Like have the top UFC fighters fight at Alberta Parliament or the Oilers or the Elks and the Stamps. You're onto that. Let's make a spectacle of something. Let's be proud of these sports. Like, dude, I'd love
Stampede.
to see it.
I'm excited for the Riders game this weekend, but I'm also excited for the Stampede Bulls. Second one, they're gonna have Dasha, big country artist. So I think a little bit more relevant than Bret Michaels was last year. I think that's important.
It was a good start. Bret Michaels was a good start.
Yeah, it was a great start. But now they got Dasha. She's got a couple of good songs. The kids know her. The young girls love her. It fits even better with Stampede. I think the next step for the Stamps is to play a game somehow on the grounds. They got to find a way to convert. When they tear down the old Saddle Dome, turn it into a freaking stadium. See what they can muster up for at least 1 year, just to see what it is. What else? So listen. Let me ask you guys: of all those 4 events, NBA Finals, Stanley Cup Final, World Cup, and the UFC on the White House lawn, you get your chance to teleport to one. Only one. Which one are you going to be at live?
Trey, take it.
Oh man, that's close. Are the Oilers playing in the NHL?
No. It's this year's. It's this.
Yeah.
I know what mine is.
It's this past weekend.
I would probably go to the White House and watch UFC fights. Yeah,
all day, every day, Trey. Yeah. All day, every day.
Yeah,
that has never happened in the history of the world, in the history of sport before.
Yeah, and again,
Trump's 80th. Wasn't it Trump's 80th birthday as well? Yeah. Like, love him or hate the guy, and I don't blame anybody. If you love him, I'm okay with it. If you hate him, I get it.
Well, there's some, listen, you know me, I'm not a big fan, but I'll tell you what, for all those Americans in attendance, a lot of military there. It was a bit of a propaganda machine. We expected that, but
it's
what?
America's 250th birthday.
Yeah.
Do you know the story of why America's a country? They fought for it. We compromised it. They have a great story.
I love it. And what I was going to get at is that's a huge event. Like when Gaethje wins, he invites his Mexican mom and his German dad to go shake hands with the president. You know what I mean? That's a big deal. That is a big. I don't care if it's President Trump, if it's President Bush, if it's President Carter, Nixon.
I might have shook Trudeau's hand if I was.
The president is the president, right? And you get to do that on the biggest stage. And I mean, this is the United States. This is not Canada. Like, it's not. This is the biggest stage in the world. Everybody in the world was watching that. That to me, that event, if it was available on like Fox, like network television, not subscribe, because it was available on Paramount or if you're pirating it, right? If it was available on network television, I would guess that would be the highest viewed single sporting event in the world. I've got to imagine that would be the biggest. The spectacle was unbelievable, Sheldon. I have to say, I'm going to tip my hat to Trump and his team of people and marketing geniuses because it did everything he wanted to accomplish. It put the light on him as being the greatest. It put the light on America as being a superpower, and it put the light on the UFC as being one of the most exciting sports in the world right now. And it got my attention, who's a casual fan, and I was all in. I got to tell you, they did a great job. I have to say, that's why
I think there's a certain amount of pain that comes from you saying it, but that's, to me, that just means even more that, it must have been amazing. I'm sorry I missed it. I tried to find it. I couldn't find the pirate. I'm not getting Paramount just for one fight.
You know,
but,
if you would have just
I did.
If you would have just tuned into the chat, Trey put the link up, and then you would have been all. He even explained how to get it so that it works. So
there you go.
You're welcome. No big deal.
Where do you want to go with this? We're at an hour. Do we want to we want to end the ride? I'm going to give it to you, Sheldon or Trey.
Well, I'll tell you what. I think we're done with the ride. Let's pick one thing and let's finish with that, and then we're going to call it a night. Because I know a lot of you guys. Monday nights get a little bit late. People got things going on Tuesday morning, so we're trying to show a little bit of discipline here. Trey, I'm going to throw it to you. You pick the last thing.
Okay. Man, I had a few things I wanted to touch on.
One thing. We all get one thing to say.
Okay. I'll end it on a sports topic because I highly doubt Chevy will. I thought this was great news from this past week. Darnell Nurse has officially requested a trade from the Edmonton Oilers. God bless you. Yeah, God bless you, Darnell. You played a lot of games.
He's a good player. He's a good player.
He had a couple good seasons. He ate a lot of minutes. He's best friends with McDavid. I know that.
He ate a lot of shit too.
Your time here has come, pal. So I'm glad he's going. Sounds like he's looking for a fresh start. I heard a couple teams in the Eastern Conference.
Okay, but I got to ask you this question. He requested a trade. We know the fans' perspective. Thank God it's done, blah, blah, blah. Now, the inside the locker room perspective is always different. Like, we always think we know what's happening outside, but what's really happening could be something different. You think, hey, this is great for the Oilers, but my thought is this the first domino? You said best friends with McDavid. Are there other guys that's like, oh, shoot, Darnell's leaving? Well, you know what? I want to go too.
Okay, so
you don't know that.
You said each of us get one thing. So here's my thing. Yes, it is the first domino. It's the first domino in clearing up some cap space and making a statement that we're going to get younger and faster. Love Darnell Nurse. Amazing player. And he's going to be a valuable asset to the team that he gets traded to. But right now, we need a change in chemistry, and we need a change in the direction that we're going. And I think he represents the last two Stanley Cups that we lost. It wasn't on him. But I think we do need a new direction, and I would love to see it work out well for him. But first and foremost, I'd love to see it work out for the Oilers. So yeah, Trey, take us home, Trey.
You want me to do one more? I have one.
No. On the move. I want to hear your opinion.
Oh, on the move. Oh, yeah. Like you want, like I think,
great take, Trey. Guys,
Sheldon, wait, we got one. So you gotta think of one thing to say. I want to just talk about this. We got a lot of guys listening tonight. A lot of you guys are dads. It's Father's Day. You guys have all done a great job raising your kids. We all go to sleep at night sometimes wishing we did a little bit better, gave a little bit more, we're more available, but we do the best we can, as best we can, and our kids are better for it. I know Dine and Dash dad is Trey's dad. He does a great job. Sheldon does a great job with his kids. I do my best with my kids, and I know everyone out there. So, guys, if you are hard on yourself, show yourself a little grace this weekend because you've done it. You've worked hard to put your kids there. You're a part of the equation that matters in your kids' lives. And so I just want to say for all the dads out there, I want to wish a happy Father's Day, and I hope you get some time with your kids. I know as my kids age, it's increasingly difficult to see them and meet them, but I hope we all get a little bit of special quality time. It's not the quantity, it's the quality. So that's my last thing that I wanted to say. Sheldon,
I'm going to just end it right there. That's amazing. And let's not forget too, back to the bro check. Some of our biggest failures with our kids are some of the biggest lessons that we've learned together that bring us closer together and make that bond like oak. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be there for them. And if your kids know you love them, you've done a good job. Take this weekend, eat some good food, celebrate with your kids, watch some sports. And guys, we love you all. the weekly bro check is coming to a close, but we're going to see you guys back here next week, Monday at 10 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And hope you have a great weekend. We look forward to seeing you all again then. Have a good night.
She lives for me, says she lives for me, ovation.